Hi everyone! Welcome to another episode on Plié For The People. I'm so pleased that you're able to make it today and dance some ballet with us. My name is Mimi and today I'll be giving an intermediate level online ballet class. And after our dancing, we will be going over this wonderful novel that I finished reading from cover to cover titled The Strength of Ballerinas. I found it to be so motivational and inspirational, and I wanted to share the story of this based on true story of the author Nancy Lorenz with us all. Without any further ado, let's get started with our pliés. Dancers for our pliés today, we're going to begin in first position. In first prepare, we're going to do a plié and stretch, just port de bras and open, leading into a grand plié down and a 7 and 8. Going towards your apparatus, plié in the middle, 2 rises, 7, tendu second. Same pattern in second, plié and stretch, just 1 port de bras carry, grand plié down and a 7 and 8. Port de bras to the side. Now we're going to go back and around, 2 releves, straight knees. Now today we're going to go into third, plié and stretch, and grand plié, 7, 8, forward and back, and tendu into fifth. 2 pliés in fifth, 1 grand, a forward, a back. Then we have a little bit of a time to find your susu balance real quick and come out of it and finish in fifth, okay? First position, second, third, and fifth today. Follow along with me, and here we go, pliés. Prepare. Just 1 plié and stretch, arm around, open, mélanger, grand plié, return, and side port de bras, with a plié through the middle, we go rise, and 2, second position in a plié and stretch, and breath, and grand plié down, return. Now we're going to go side and back, 2 rises up, third position we go 2 plié stretch, grand plié down, forward and back, here we go, and up, closing tendu fifth, forward and back, and we plié, gather up, quick susu balance, and finish. Left side dancers, just 1 plié, first and second, we go. Water bra up and side, mélanger lift and grand plié. We go side, and toss, long waist, through the middle, adding a plié, and 2 releves. Let's go into second. Water bra up, mélanger, grand plié, side stretch, around to the back, lift for 2, and closing third, 2 pliés, grand plié, us playing forward back. Lift up and back. Tendu, cross it. Let's grow plie and knees and hips and ankles. Forward and back. A quick Susu-gather balance, briefly, and finish. Tendus from first. We go front and a fourth, and tendu and a close. One to the front and front. Flex, point, same thing, side, side, over, side, one, same thing, back, fourth, one, flex, point, forward and back. Then just reverse all that, and that's all, okay? Here we go, dancers. Do the best that you can. First position, we go to the front, fourth, out and in, one, and we go one, flex, point, side, and a second, and a tendu, and in, tendu, and a in, we go side, flex, point, we go back, reverse, keep those knees open to the back, we go back, flex, point, we go stretching forward, and quarter bra back, reverse and back, just one flex, point and a side, drop those shoulders, long waist, long legs, flex and point, front, heel forward, and present to the front, heel forth, one more stretch, going back, and let's finish there. Good. Let's try the left side. Here we go. Front and forth. One tendu. We go tendu, flex and point, side. Flex and point, and back. Quarter bra front. Going back. Let's reverse. Just one, and one, flex, point, side. Last time to the front. Stretching front. Going back. And finish. Let's try our tendus from fifth. We're gonna go one slow front and two to the front. One slow side and a two to the side. Inside front, outside back. Outside side with a plie, side with a plie. Passe up, place fifth. Passe up, place fifth. Reverse and two, quick. One to the side, two, quick. Inside back, outside front, and side with a plie. Sorry, side with a plie. Up, passe down, and up, passe down. Then just repeat it one more time with the porte bras. Two on the floor, tendus. Each time, inside, outside, outside plie, passe and up, passe. You can even keep your arm up, your passe, or just leave them to the side, doesn't matter. And then reverse it with the arms, to side, to inside, outside, plie, passe, passe. That's all. Okay? All tendus, all on the floor. One slow and up, two quicks, side slow, and two quicks, inside, front, and up, back, plie, and plie, up, passes, reverse, back, we go side, this really nice tango that we have. Inside foot, here we go. Now adding our quarter bras, we go. Dancers, for dégagés, we're simply going to lift those toes off of the floor. Same combination. Let's go for it. Here we go, dancers. And inside front. Plie and plie. Up. Reverse. Let's repeat it. Good, let's go over to the left, dancers. This is a pretty challenging exercise with all the coordinations. Here we go. Reverse. Dancers for rond de jambe today, we're going to begin with an adagio or stretch. We're going to go to a side stretch to now with straight knees, port bras forward, 4 coming up, then 1 more straight to the front. As you come up, you're going to pick up into a passe, then prepare to the side. We go 4 rond de jambes, 3 and a 4. We go front with the plie through the passe, double to back, up. Again, through passe, then back. Reverse side stretch 2, around to the back. Quarter bras back, 6 the way up. Pick up into passe, prepare. And 4 rond de jambe. Reverse it, and then back through front. Back, passe through front. Then inside lunge, and just go down. We're going to do some stretch. Dancer's choice, whatever you feel like doing on the floor. Maybe slowly come up. Do your penché, maybe find your balance in arabesque, or maybe just stay on the floor and give your hips a nice stretch today, okay? Take your time on that. Let's go for it. Fifth position to begin. Prepare. We go side stretch in 5th. And forward. As you go up, foot picks up into passe, present. 4 rond de jambe, we go, release front, through, again, up, reverse. Quarter bras back, On the way up, passes and presents. And 4. We release it to the back. Passe through front. And let's do an inside lunge all the way down. Dancer's choice here. Stretching out those hips, hip flexors or hip bones. If you're currently working seated or at home, you tend to sit a lot, and so your hips gets really short. So this is a really great stretching exercise to just counterbalance that sitting all day sensation. Right? Really great. From here, I'm going to do a parallel stretch in fourth and give my hamstring a stretch in the front. This is also a yoga pose. It's called a pyramid pose. So this is also a really great stretch to just lengthen out your legs and the muscles all around it so that you can prevent them to be shortened and elongate them. Let's finish in fifth. Good. Let's go over to the left, dancers. Round the jump. Starting with the quarter bar to the side. Here we go. And front stretch. All the way up, you pick up into passe, present. 4. Turn out from the top of your hips, dancers. Keep that heel front, front. Let's reverse it all. One more to the back. On the way up, keep your knee to the side. Present. Let's go to the back. Give yourself a nice stretch. Try your best to keep this knee behind the toes as much as possible. Wow, this feels so nice. Those hips are loosened. I'm feeling it. Remember to breathe. And I'm going to come into my parallel fourth. Just give my hammies a lengthen. Try to keep your hips squared if you're doing what I'm doing. And always want to bend your knees to come out of a very intense position. And let's finish it with good. For our pace, they would have prepare. We go to the front, flex, point, ballet. Same thing to the side and back. 2 strikes to the side, flex, point, ballet. Back for 2, all singles, then flex, point, ballet. Beat out, double round the jambe en l'air. Okay? And then I'm going to reverse all that. 2 to the back, flex, point, ballet. 2 to the side, flex, point, ballet. Front for 2, flex, point, ballet. Beat, bring it out. Double round, and plie, rise, balance, coupe, hold. That's the end. Okay. Prepare. We go 2 to the front, flex, point, ballet. Side, flex, point, ballet, and back. Beat, bring it out, and double. We go back, reverse. Here we go. Balance and hold. And let's finish. Good. Let's go over to the left. Dancers, not bad. Here we go. Prepare. 2. Keep that knee out to will be our final exercise at our apparatus before we talk about our book by Nancy Lorenz, The Strength of Ballerinas. Simply, we're going to do 3 grand battements to the front, 2, 3, then one side reach, going to the back, 3, side reach, bring it into the side for 4, and then just a quick stretch to the side, release, then step over to the left, and do everything to the left. 3 battements, side reach, close back, 3, side reach, 4, 3, 2, 1, side stretch, and coming back to the first side. Okay? Let's give it a try, dancers. Here we go. Grand battements. We go up. We go back. 4 to the side. Leg stretch. Good. Let's go over to the left side. Here we go. And come back to the first side and finish. Nice work, dancers. Good. Dancers, without any further ado, I present to you the strength of ballerinas. Enjoy.
Hi everyone, this is Mimi here, and today I will be talking about this incredible young adult novel titled The Strength of Ballerinas, written by Nancy Lorenz. A little bit about the author and the title. Again, it's titled The Strength of Ballerinas. The author is Nancy Lorenz, who used to be a professional ballerina herself. She had extensive training in New York City, mostly with American Ballet Theater and other dance studios. And this book is based on her real true story. As a young child growing up in New York City, and later on her life unfolded in a very unpredictable way. And this book can be found at any young adult bookshelves, in the libraries, or in bookstores. I got my copy from Amazon, and it was like $6, very affordable. And now Lorenz currently teaches English as an adjunct professor at several colleges throughout California, where she moved to eventually. And she worked in publishing, public relations, network TV, and other jobs as a way to supplement her career as a dancer. And she again studied ballet in New York, grew up here, and eventually she relocated to California, as you can read in the story. And she recommends that you love what you do, but that you also explore many other subjects outside of your passion that hasn't been tapped into yet. And the more that you know or learn, the more you can bring back into your art. And there's a wonderful, lovely picture of herself with a pen and a copy of her book. Again, The Strength of Ballerinas is her first edition, and she also written another book called The American Ballerinas, which is a sequel to The Strength of Ballerinas. So I also highly recommend the sequel, The American Ballerina, as well. A little bit about the plot of this particular novel. Again, it's for young adults, and my heart just went to the story right away. I connected right away because it was really about the resilience of not only having the resilience to dance ballet and to tough out this incredibly challenging profession, but also having the resilience of just being a person, being a human being. And it's sort of just interlaced so beautifully together. And it's all about a girl named Kendra. All she wanted to do is to be dancing as the apprentice in the Manhattan Dance Company, which is a ballet company. And so when her father lost his job, they were forced to move to California all of a sudden because his father relocated for a different job. And again, she was like at her prime. She was about to get that apprenticeship at the Manhattan Dance Company, which is extremely selective and difficult. And she was about to taste her dreams, and it all got snatched away overnight. And her dreams of auditioning and getting that apprenticeship contract was shattered. But still, she was very determined to dance, so she started dancing at local ballet companies in California that she was able to find. One of the companies was in a vineyard and everything, near a farm. And so Kendra faced many challenges, including social isolation, family pressures in her brand new home situation. She also had a sibling, a younger brother who is autistic, so she felt a lot of responsibility. And later on, mysteriously, slowly, she just wasn't able to get up and walk. In the middle of a dance class, she keeps fainting and falling down. And just very concerning that she continued to have these health scares, these episodes of not being able to walk. And eventually the doctor was able to diagnose her with a debilitating illness. And she ended up being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And so Kendra must decide which dreams are worth fighting for. And at the end, she attempts to go back to New York and continue to pursue her dreams while on medication for her MS. And she was able to get through a very successful audition. She went back to her old teacher and everything. And at the end, she made an ultimate decision for her life. And so that's basically the story of the book, the plot. Very heartbreaking, but very touching. And some of the quotes that I wanted to share from this novel were all the arts are, the pastor replied, music, painting, acting. It takes tunnel vision to get to the top. I understand that. But there are also other things for you to explore in this world that I know you'd enjoy. You're young, your life journey is all ahead of you, it's just beginning. And another quote, which expresses many dancers' perspective, especially in the world of ballet, is I just thought that I have to be perfect. And the MS makes me imperfect. Ballet is an forever art in which you are trying to be as perfect as you can, and to attain perfection is really just a forever pursuit. It's very difficult to obtain perfection, if not impossible. But it's a trend in the ballet world, in the dance world, in which teachers adds more pressure to get students to be a certain way. It can be very unhealthy, and having perfectionistic attitudes towards achieving something is not always the most productive or healthy. There's so much more to people than that. Mirrors didn't reflect what was on the inside. I wondered why. I hadn't realized that until now. I stared for a moment more at the too thin girl in the mirror who had gone through so much to get back to this point, me. And this is when Kendra realized, this is when she was on medication to attempt to get that apprenticeship after about 6 months of not being able to walk or anything like that. And she went back to New York, and this is when she realized that there's more to dance and ballet and getting a company contract than there is. There's more important things beyond ballet, and this is the aha moment for Kendra to realize, our protagonist in the book to realize that ballet is just one aspect of her life. And I wasn't going to let all that had happened in these past 6 months stop me from achieving my goal. I wasn't going to let the MS rule my life. And this is when Kendra stood up to this horrible disease that interfered with all her dreams and ambitions and goals as a dancer. And she was determined to not let this adversity deter her spirit. And this is the most beautiful moment that I found from the story. Piqué, piqué, grand jeté, pas de bourrée, close in fifth, tendu, effacé, développé, attitude, promenade, hold, close fifth. So this quote is illustrating how throughout the book, the author was trying to introduce dance literacy and ballet vocabulary all throughout to give the student and the readers this taste of how the teachers in ballet are, what they're saying to their students, and the students are grasping these steps and they have to be able to translate that onto their bodies. And so I just really like this quote because it sort of brings, especially a dancer who have ballet experience before, brings them back right into the studio with the characters in the book. And it's just a great moment for literacy for the readers. Ballet was who I was, but it wasn't all of what I was. Again, another realization in Kendra's perspective on how she's really coming out of that tunnel vision and she's developing into a more three-dimensional human being and no longer just a dancer that just wanted to have this coveted spots in the company, which I thought was just a beautiful moment of her own personal development and growth. So why am I recommending this book for dance teachers or future dance educators or educators in general? Why is it so important about this book? Well, The Strength of Ballerinas is really a wonderful book to include in any dance teacher's curriculum because the issues that Kendra faced in the story are relatable, are down to earth, are applicable, and it can really inspire many adolescent students and or any other students that might not even be dance majors or wanting to become a dance major in college later on or anything like that to benefit from the lessons learned, lessons about resilience and dealing with major adversities and setbacks in life and just trying to achieve and attain a goal or a dream and having all that taken away outside of your control, facing unpredictable life circumstances all at once as a teenage girl. So issues such as changing of environment. Kendra grew up in New York City, in near Lincoln Center, and all of a sudden she needs to go to this suburban California home. It's a lot of shifts and turns and dealing with social pressures to fit in and in a new environment and being that new girl and experiencing teasing in school just because she was from the East Coast and she was wearing black and things like that. Dealing with the multi-dimensional relationships that she was trying to cultivate between her father. Again, her mother wasn't even mentioned in the story at all. So it seems like it was a single parent and it was her father who raised her and her younger brother who had autism. Navigating social media with friends, getting a new car and learning to drive, and romantically linked to a student later on, finding her first love and going through the terrible battle of MS all by herself, and with no other peers, that experiences this horrible, illness that ended her career, really. And all the while, she is cultivating this inner strength, and eventually she was able to talk to a pastor, and she developed her faith through this adversity, and slowly to overcome that, and ultimately, discovering another version of herself, and never gave up, um, on staying true to herself. So it really is a beautiful story, and I hope many students and teachers can explore the different themes in this book, and how the text and the dance part connects. Throughout the book, again, Nancy, she mentions famous ballets like Swan Lake, Firebird, all the famous ballets that a dance student will be able to learn just by reading this book. And the different ballet vocabulary, again, all throughout. My quote was an example. And so you're constantly being exposed to ballet information, which will really intrigue any reader to go research and Google these terms and topics on their own, and start conversations with other students in the class who are reading the same book. And so it deepens the students' dance literacy, and it's just a wonderful way of building your ballet foundation and dance foundation as well. And what's really wonderful about Nancy is that she also included this insightful list of discussion questions, towards the end of the appendix and in her book, giving real-world scenarios for readers as a way to reflect upon reading this wonderful book. I mean, I read this book from cover to cover within 2 days. I just couldn't put it down. It was so nice and intriguing and fascinating for me to try to find out, how will this teenage girl, Kendra, navigate the terrible difficulty and the nightmare of not being able to dance to her abilities that she had before ever again. So yeah, I mean, again, I had so much compassion and sympathy for Kendra, and just, it was just a beautiful, beautiful inspiration in between my palms. I mean, that was my experience. But some of the reflection questions that Nancy posed at the end, there were more than 3, but did you ever want to become a ballerina? Why? Have you ever encountered an obstacle, and how did you deal with it? Many students have to switch high schools due to a move. Kendra loves her old high school in New York City, but has to readjust to a much larger co-ed high school in California. What are some problems of attending a new school? Right. So these are wonderful questions for the readers and her ideal audience to discuss. So this was my presentation on the young adult textbook called The Strength of Ballerinas. It's a wonderful novel, and I highly recommend it.
Welcome back, dancers. I hope you really enjoyed today's book review on The Strength of Ballerinas by Nancy Lorenz, and that you found her story motivational and inspirational for you to continue to dance here on Plié For The People. Please subscribe or share this wonderful video for others to also enjoy, or write to us directly at pliéforthepeople@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Until our next ballet class, dancers, stay hydrated and keep on practicing your ballet. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.